I have the privilege this morning to stand in one of the most important places of all church history. Here I am this morning in Carthage, Tunisia. It is here in this very church structure that I'm standing in that Augustine, along with bishops from all over this region of the world, here in North Africa, would have stood in 397 for the canonization of the New Testament, selecting those 27 books, believing they're inspired by God, different than all the literature that they scanned through in that day, in order to form what you hold as precious in your hand and in your heart, the New Testament. Now, after all of these years, 1700 years later, I can look off into the distance and see the minaret of a very large mosque, and knowing now that here within the shadow of where the New Testament was formed and canonized, to think that the Quran is made so much of, that Islam is now that which is mentioned, and the God of Islam is the one who is worshiped. This should be a warning to all of us in America that we must penetrate darkness. We must mobilize the church for the personalization in the 21st century like never, ever before. As the Church of Jerusalem had to receive persecution before it would leave in Acts chapter 8, may God do what is necessary to get us out of the box that we're in, that we may go to the nations with authority of that word that we know is still true. In honor of those who gave so much to give us the New Testament, may we be faithful to what they've passed on, that we'll have something to pass on to the generations that follow us, and most of all to the generation in which we live, as we're faithful to proclaim God's Word. Southern Baptists, now's the time to rise up, take your New Testament and the Great Commission, and make a new commitment to that marvelous old truth that was given to us. May we be faithful to preserve and to penetrate the regions of the world with our wonderful truth in the New Testament.